to the no, man. That shit ain't, so I'm like, I'm ready to get out of here.
Yeah.
So that's a
place when the
that's when Thailand kicked in. Right.
happened.
So that's what made me stay is that trip to Thailand.
Okay. Did you have a vacation or something? Because you was working 6 days a week, so why had you go over to Thailand?
Called a LWAP. So that's like leave without pay. So
Okay.
they just giving you a break.
Yeah.
You can take up to 10 days, just out of Dodge,
Yeah.
get your shit, recalibrated,
Yeah.
so you can continue the mission because you is working 7 days a week,
Right, exactly.
and that shit is like, unless your ass is sick or some shit,
Yeah.
you at work every day, and you riding with these, whoever the people you with, you riding with them in and out, this shit get monotonous, man. But it was real up. But that, the money you making it, but it was a tough sport. Real talk. It was a tough sport. But that little trip is what broke it up and made me be like, okay, if I could do this, with this.
Okay.
With this.
Yeah.
That trip right there, that shit was eye-opening, man.
Okay. Well, open it. Let's talk about that.
So, like back in the day, I had cousins and uncles and shit that had been in the Nam, right? And these be talking about Asian women and shit, which I ain't know shit about, Everybody was a Chinese. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew about Thai people and Filipinos and Indonesians and all these Asian people over there. You just knew Chinese.
Right.
Chicken fried rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you knew. That's what we know them for.
Chinese food.
Go there and give me some Chinese food. Everybody Chinese food. Right. So that's what I thought, you know what I'm saying? But I went to Thailand, man, get off the plane and shit. And, I was by myself solo, scared to come, foreign country again. I don't know what the these about. You know what I mean? So, you don't want to be that walking around looking like a tourist and shit.
Right.
Upset.
Yeah.
Keeping yourself aware. But god damn, that shit right there that shit made it really, really worthwhile, that experience in Thailand.
Okay.
So I get there, man. I go to Hard Rock Cafe. I'm in there drinking. And this old top chick roll up on me. She about 50, right? But she look like she 30.
Mm.
And she asking me all these questions. I'm like, what the you asking me all this shit for? You trying to figure out what I'm doing over here, And, I was lying. Yeah, I've been here before and all this kind of shit. And then she said, well, I got a little friend. I was like, I don't do no blind date type shit. It's bitch ugly or something like that. I'm gonna let you know right there. Hey, nah, I can't with this situation right here. So she called her name was Moo. It mean pork. So she show up and shit. I'm like, god damn. She had a little onion on her, little rack and shit. Like, okay, this all right. So she started taking me around and showing me shit. We walking down the street. Bitches is pulling on my clothes and shit. Hey, chocolate man. All this shit behind the back.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the is this? They just own you like white on rice and shit. So I played it real cool, real easy and shit. I ain't trying to hit, And she took me all these places and shit. The food was on point, all this kind of shit. The third day, something like second, third day, she asked me, she say, hey, can I spend the night with you? I was like, yeah, shit. I'm trying to arithmetic. I need some there. You know what I'm saying? And that's when that shit came back with my uncles and my cousins that had went to Nam was talking about. They were talking about that sideways. Talking about sideways.
Oh man.
Sideways, man. You're like, sideways? How can a be sideways? Sideways, boy. I'm trying that shit. You just, like, god damn, man, But man, the thing about them little tire, they all about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? They all about that. And the thing about it is they little, right? You know what I'm saying? So they do a lot for a mother confidence. That's why them white boys be running over like that. Because when they pull out that Vaina and shit, and they hit them with that Vaina, them like, them Thai girls be acting like, oh, shit, they just, you think, oh, goddamn, I'm a real man, I'm a beast in this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they know what to do to keep that shit on point. that sideways mean it's a bitch that got that G.I. Joe with the kung fu grip, right? 5 fingers of death. Grab your shit and be milking that man, and you be like, God damn, you feel everything. Everything. That shit have you just vibrate, man. They got that game down, bro. So anyway, after that shit, I'm recharged. I go back to Kuwait, and now I could do, my everyday job without all that, my balls is relieved. I could do another 3 months before I can pick me another hell while I go get me some more ass. And so I started working, and just doing shit, man, just get into the routine of just being there. And, then after a while, you start to meet other people in other departments. First, it was just MHE, nobody else too much, you know. Then I started, you know, getting involved with other people who was doing different shit. Cause like I said, I like to learn. And I meet the MTC guys, what he doing, what his shit, how his shit correlated with when he was in the military and all this kind of shit.
Right.
And then I started learning that, that little aspect of it. And, time goes on and shit, man, and then it becomes like just a lifestyle, you living and working and day to day.
So the way outside of work, let's talk a little bit about the lifestyle as a whole over in Kuwait, how your lifestyle was over in Kuwait.
Yeah, man, it was like I say, it was pretty, interesting in a lot of aspects. But then, once I got used to the daily grind, then, just going to and from work became monotonous. So you had to kind of try to figure out something else to do when you had time off, then. So we living in the Billington and stuff, and a lot of little Asian women and shit were working in there. They were the housemaids and the Sri Lankans and shit. And they walking around and stuff, and they trying to flirt with you and shit like that, and you like, okay, And this little Sri Lankan named Fema. Fema, man. Every day, she come into my room and shit, doing little shit, cleaning out things, yeah, man, okay. Then one day she hit me with, can I come to your movie? Like, I'm like, I don't know, because I don't want you to get caught up in too much dramas. She's like, no. I work here. I know everything I have to do, Man, that heifer came to my room, bro, and she put some of that Sri Lankan shit on me. I thought she peed on me, bro.
Oh, that's the man.
God damn. I said, what the She told me, man, she had been married for 20 years and never bust.
Oh, man.
Never had and I was the first
Man.
help her achieve that shit, right? So anyway, that became like another part of living over there and shit, but I didn't want no type of relationship shit. Then I was like, where the black people at? And it was this motherfucker, his name was Dale. He was with the Africans. I didn't even know they had no Africans over there. So he started telling me, oh, yeah, it's Ethiopians. I said, Ethiopians? Ain't them hungry motherfuckers? I said, I ain't hungry. He was like, no, they ain't hungry like that over here, dog. They
That's what we came up saying.
Yeah,
TV and stuff.
Yeah, man, but that's all we knew, right? Swollen belly is hungry and shit.
Yeah.
So, I said, okay. He took me to a little party, and they was in there doing the chicken dance. This is a thing they do, right?
Yeah.
They doing the chicken dance and shit. And I really know what was going on, man, but it was just like a little hookup type thing.
Hey there, this is Gerald Bass, G Bass, with the Rise of 1% podcast. Just wrapped up a phenomenal episode of Rise of 1% podcast. And listen, here, everyone has a story. And I know you have a story. And then you have a story, and you want to share your story. You want to share your journey. You want to share things that you currently got going on right now. Get your message out to the masses of people. Definitely love to have you here on the Rise of the 1% podcast. Being you would love to be one of our guests or one of our next guests on the Rise of the 1% podcast, definitely email us at support@riseofthe1%.com. Again, email us at support@riseofthe1%.com. Just leave your information. Tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your story, a little bit about your journey, what you have going on. And we definitely love to have a conversation about you being a guest on our upcoming episodes of the Rise of 1% podcast. But that said, this is G Bass with the Rise of 1%. Have a phenomenal one on purpose.